Hey, Dr. Dave here. We're here with Avonlea. Did I say that right?
Yes.
All right. Avonlea. Cool name. I learned about the history of her name. It was a town in Italy.
No.
No. It was from a book.
Anne of Green Gables.
Anne of Green Gables. It's in Canada.
Oh, I was totally wrong. I totally was off. I erased what I said to say she's got a cool name. Anyway, she's agreed to talk to us about her chiropractic experience in a very short amount of time. You started here 4 days ago?
Yes.
4 days ago. She started here 4 days ago. And she came in with a variety of different symptoms, pains, stuff. And so some of the things you were experiencing was neck pain, mid-back pain, lower back pain, mid-back pain, your shoulder blades constantly stiff. She described it as tingly, numb in your middle back, right?
Mm-hmm.
For an area in your middle back was always there. It affected your sleep, lower back pain also, neck pain, stiffness, and headaches. Experiencing headaches for 2 years. Mostly at the base of her skull and behind her eyes. You would get one to 3 times a week you'd be getting headaches, mostly in the mid-afternoon or night. And so eventually affects your sleep, right? You weren't sleeping well for years. For years?
Well
For years. 2012, she had a car accident. She was the passenger. Someone hit the car. And you described it as smacking your head against the dashboard.
Oh, yeah.
Which could be traumatic. You know, that could set off the first misalignments or contribute to previous misalignments. In any case, so she's had some stuff going on for the last years. She came in, her boyfriend came in as a result of having pain and being here. She decided to start coming in. And now tonight is going to be her 3rd adjustment. But in the first 2 visits, actually after her first visit, she, I'll let you talk a little bit, but you described it to me as you slept like a rock for the first time in years. Like,
oh my God,
you had like 8 hours sleep?
More like 12 hours.
12 hours
I
sleep.
had 12 hours of sleep straight. I did not wake up once.
And she went from having 1 to 3 headaches a week to now having 0 since her first adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to add anything to that or tell so far how this has just kind of improved your health in a short amount of time?
It's changed my life, actually, honestly. After my first adjustment, I went and texted everybody I knew, like, you have to go to the chiropractor, you have to see Dr. Dave, he'll change your life. But I recently started experiencing, like, heavy anxiety, and I wasn't able to sleep functioning. I was feeling detached from myself. I wasn't feeling grounded anymore. And someone actually told me about going to see a chiropractor. And so when my boyfriend fell, I kind of figured I'll start coming here as well. After my first adjustment, I actually woke up the next morning and I felt completely like new and different. It wasn't like an old how I felt before anxiety. It was actually like this, I felt more energized, more grounded, more connected to who I was. It was really weird. And every single day I wake up with more energy. And after my second adjustment, I actually felt like a whole new person. So I'm really excited about the 3rd one.
Awesome. Well, I didn't even know that until you just said it. So that's even more exciting. So to me, she's just going to continue getting healthier and healthier and better. And we talked about some other things about eating. She wasn't eating breakfast.
I was eating a bowl of Frosted Flakes with extra spoons of sugar.
Yes. So we changed that a little bit, and I just asked her to start eating fruit instead. And you know what I like about Avonlea is so far in just a short amount of time we've been talking, and she's been here. She takes recommendations really well, and she's already started making these changes to her life of eating better, eating more fruit, being aware of stuff. I'm just excited to work with her more to see the changes that she's going to go through and how it's just going to continue helping her. So yeah, good job so far.
Thank you.
Give her a fist bump. She deserves a fist bump.
Dude.
So we have her x-rays behind us. I won't go into all these technical details, but some of the things we talked about, we're looking at her from behind, and as if she's standing facing a wall, and we're looking at her behind. Not looking at her behind, we're looking at her from behind. Anyway, sorry, All right, so shoulders. Left shoulder higher than the right shoulder. Her head is off to the right side. She has curvature from her mid-back. She's tilting to the right side here. and then she continues kind of tilting to the right side. Her pelvis, her left hip is higher than her right hip. Pelvic tilt this way. A little bit tilting of her lower back. So she has subtle misalignments to the spine, but yet they're enough to create stress, distress, tension in her muscles, nerves, tendons, ligaments, etc. As far as her neck is going in the opposite direction. There should be a curve going the opposite way. So that's putting extra stress, tension, irritation to her upper neck. Her misalignments that we found were in her upper neck, specifically her Atlas C1, her mid-back T7, T8, actually T4 as well, and then finding her lower back, her sacrum, her pelvis. So those were the areas I worked on in the first 2 visits. Reversed neck curve, fairly straight mid-back curve. I told her that she must have been swaying. There's a little blurriness in the x-ray. So for those of you x-ray enthusiasts, don't critique the technique too much, okay? I think she was swaying. And she says she tends to sway. So not anymore. We're going to fix that. And so mid-back comes some stress in her mid-back, lower back. A little bit of a curve here, and then she has a sway back where her lumbar spine just falls backwards. Not an evenly spaced curve. She has some swelling of the lower disc down here. So just some very general basic things without getting too technical. As far as her nervous system scan, she had some pressure on the scans in her upper neck region. That does lead to upper neck, does lead to brain, cognitive function, headaches, sinus problems, difficulty sleeping, anxiety, depression, menstrual issues, digestive issues because of the vagus nerve that leaves the upper neck and feeds the whole top portion of the body. But those are some really basic overall things we found in her. So we're going to break away, do an adjustment on her, and continue with her healing. All right, so come on over here. We'll get over here. Get over here with that thing. All right, so as I described in other videos, this is people don't want to see me that close. I'll scare people. This is a nervoscope. In Gonstead technique, we use something called a nervoscope, and this helps me find areas in the spine of stress, irritation. Each visit, I run this scope down the spine. It helps just identify where I'll be adjusting someone, if I adjust them where. So it's just a little extra tool to help. Did we stop? Where are you going?
No, go.
Oh, okay.
She can have it if she needs to.
Okay, so it's a lot clearer and better than it was the first 2 visits.
Oh, I feel it.
Because I was getting a big scope reading at T4. I can hallucinate a little one right there, so I'll just make a mark. Skin marking pencil, it's not a permanent Sharpie, so don't worry. Ooh. Sorry if my hand's chilly, Avonlea. Ooh, that's a big scope reading right there. Still have one at T7. Nothing much at L5, but I was really feeling her sacrum. So after we do that, I'll just feel. We feel for restriction of motion, muscle spasms, swelling. I tell people this is their hug for the day. This is your hug for the day.
Didn't get one today, so it's nice.
I'm Italian. We hug a lot. She's Italian.
We hug a lot.
She's also a Disney fan, right?
This is you.
Yeah, so like the other video we did for the other person who was also a Disney fan, it's a prerequisite. If you don't like Disney, you're not allowed in this office. So just feeling mobility, feeling her atlas. Her atlas is moving better, but I still feel a little restriction there. We're going to keep working on it. All right, so we'll do Atlas T7 and her sacrum. How's that sound?
great.
Sounds like a plan, right? Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Come on over here to this table.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this one down.
Vanilla T7.
What the?
Sounding.
It's because I have socks on.
So I looked for my marks, countdown to T7. Off of her x-ray, I got something called a listing that I write on this card. And basically I look at these and I notice that I need to adjust T7 from the left side. The whole idea with more specific adjusting is you want to find off the x-ray specifics and then adjust it from the right side, left side, and then there's a contact point of how you're contacting it. So I'm going to contact her T7. Sometimes I do skin on skin, sometimes I just do it through close, but you're going to feel me lean. It's already making some noises and push. Now, the pop noise, as I've described in other videos, is just a gas release. It's not bones breaking or cracking. If we broke and cracked things, that would be bad. Right? We wouldn't have a profession. So it's just called a cavitation. It's a gas release. I wish we got you your first neck adjustment. Her first neck adjustment was classic because I didn't warn her. I just did it, and I think her eyes popped out of her head.
It was the scariest thing ever.
So,
But instant relief, right?
Oh my god, my headache went away within like 30 seconds after that. It was amazing.
so I just check knees. I feel for fibula head glide. See if it's gliding correctly. It's gliding well. Actually, they are gliding well. Last time I adjusted her knees. We'll be adjusting her knees a little bit more. Let's look at leg length, see if there's differences in legs. Actually, her legs are kind of a little short on the right side. She gets a free ride. Turn around, please.
Smile pretty.
Hi.
Hi. We won't point out the mustard stain on your pants.
No! I was eating a hot dog on my way here.
Tiffany's gonna have some editing to do.
No, I think we should leave that in. That's. Notice her boss socks, Bob Boss socks.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Bob Ross. That's it. Bob Boss, Bob Ross.
I don't know.
Explain to the people who Bob Ross is.
He is a painter from the 70s that you have to follow. Oh God, I don't know what it is. He like makes these beautiful landscapes, but they start out ugly, and then you blink an eye, and the next thing you know, there's like a forest full of trees and a cabin. It's really funny. That's not going to explain it.
I was saying, I've heard people talk about that the last few weeks.
Oh, I love Bob Ross.
So I adjusted her cuboid on the left side, just finding it stuck. Check her knees again. Not bad, they're moving better, they're feeling better.
Nice. I didn't even know I had any problems.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to go over to this table. On this table, you're going to lay on your side and face me, shoulder from her head here. Be adjusting her right sacrum on the right side. I won't drop you unless you're mean to me. Contact sacrum. Roller, I won't drop you. Push. One more.
I heard that.
Then go back to that chair.
Nothing. Bad. Better edit that out.
You want the strap? Let's use a seatbelt.
Why?
It's fun. Why? Choose a seatbelt. Why? So Atlas, upper neck. You're gonna relax your shoulder down. Awesome.
That's my favorite now.
It usually is.
And because the world is always forward now, we do everything with our head down, whether we're texting, whether we're driving, whether we're writing, everything is this. So I like to bring the shoulders down and back. Check wrists. Just as your lunate thumb.
I lied, that's my favorite.
It's all my favorite.
The thumb and hand. Me and Sean used to crack each other that way, but now he does it.
Good, feels better. Atlas is moving better. Some people scope afterwards, sometimes I do. Today I'm not. Everything adjusted well. Sacrum's moving, T7's moving, Alice is moving, power's turned on. Good job, Evan Lee. Thanks for letting us hear your story and get adjusted, and we'll see you next time.